Hello again. What's up with the title of this video? Well, it's something that a lot of YouTubers are talking about at the moment, and the reason a lot of YouTubers are talking about it at the moment is not because it's a new problem, it's because it's getting particularly bad at the moment. And it's frustrating a whole lot of us who work to be entertaining in our videos and earn our views and earn our subscribers. So what am I getting at? A lot of you are probably aware of this already, but there are several people out there, and I'm not going to call them YouTubers because they are not, as far as I'm concerned, YouTubers. Being a YouTuber is more than just being on the youtube.com site and posting videos and making friends and talking to people and blah blah blah. It's an attitude, it's a spirit, it's playing fair. These people who I am not calling YouTubers but are on the site nonetheless are not playing fair. They are cheating their way onto the most subscribed list, they are cheating their way onto the most viewed list, they are cheating their way onto the highest rated lists to get more views for whatever purpose they're doing, whether they're a big star like P. Diddy trying to promote his album and all that sort of stuff. And I'm fine with promotion on YouTube. I mean, you know, I promote my own stuff on YouTube. And that's fine, the medium is here and people can use it in a multitude of ways. But, and this is the kicker that really gets under my skin, they don't earn any of it. I've earned my place on the most subscribed of all time through making videos that people are enjoying and they want to see more of. And over the last few weeks I've been getting steadily knocked down on the ranking of the most subscribed of all time. And that's not really a big issue for me. I don't mind that much, you know. I'm not here just to be most subscribed. I'm not here just to be highest rated and most viewed and all that sort of stuff, you know. If people watch my videos because they enjoy it, that's fine. I have fun making them. A lot of people out there have fun watching them, and I'm happy with that. I get to meet new people. I get to hear what they think about certain issues I talk about. I get to respond, blah, blah, blah. And I've talked about this, you know, probably a dozen times before. I enjoy the community aspect of YouTube, and that's why I'm here. Some other YouTubers like that, but also want to get as much exposure as they can. Renato's a good example of this. He's stated time and time again he's out there to get as many possible subscribers as he possibly can for his own ends, and that's a perfectly valid thing, you know. I'm not ragging on him for that kind of attitude at all. You know, if he wants to do that sort of thing, let him do that sort of thing. Zenach is another one who finds subscribers very important because he feels he has a message worth conveying and he wants to get out to as many people as possible. And that's fair enough too. But the, you know, the number of subscribers and things isn't a huge issue for me. I don't mind being knocked down notches on the most subscribed of all time list. At one point I was up at number 20. Now I'm at about 39. And I'm okay with that. Or at least I would be okay with that if it was fair. But it is not fair. But the reason I'm being knocked down from this list is because people are cheating. I'm not going to name names because I'll scroll them across the screen instead. But if you look at a lot of subscribers of these particular people, most of them are what I would consider dummy accounts. Accounts that are being created specifically to subscribe to this person. Which means some asshat out there is sitting at the computer creating new account after new account after new account and subscribing to people like P. Diddy just to get their profile up there because they're big and famous. And for some reason they don't feel confident in competing against people like me on an even playing surface. Do they think they don't have the talent to actually get their videos viewed and get their subscribers on their own merits? They have to cheat to get up there? I mean, for Christ's sake, you know, if they don't feel confident competing with, you know, people like me who sit in front of their friggin' web camera in their own home making videos that people entertain, they feel they have to cheat to actually get views. What does that tell you about their self-confidence? What does that tell you about their faith in their own work? Not bloody much. It is friggin' pathetic that regular people, who this site was intended for originally, you know, just for average people to share their videos, and then it sort of evolved into a site where people can do that, and also a site where people video blog, and also a site where people share their you know, self-created music videos and all that sort of stuff. And it is just unacceptable that people who are doing this fairly, who are doing this honestly, are expected to compete with people who are buying their place on the site, who are cheating their way, fabricating their way to high profile lists and things like that. It is abusive. It is offensive. It's flat out offensive. Fix it. If there was ever an issue that would make me think about leaving this site for a competing site, this is one of those issues. It is just unacceptable that we should be expected to participate in a playing field that is this unfair. You look at the subscriber list of these people, and so many, I mean, I'm talking about a significant percentage of their subscribers are new accounts that have been created very, very recently. They've only watched maybe less than half a dozen videos. They've subscribed to only one person, and that person happens to be, you know, this famous person over and over and over again. And it's bloody pissing me off. People like me, people like Renato, people like Bohem, all these kind of people, we're competing fairly. We make our videos, if people like them, they subscribe. We don't cheat to get to the top. We don't spoof the star rating. We don't sit there and refresh our page over and over and over and over and over and over and over again to get the view counting up, even though, you know, it's not really a view. Honestly, I don't think that the view counter should even click up a level unless YouTube finds a way to detect that a person has actually pressed play, watched the entire video, and then moved on. Currently the view counter clicks up every time you refresh the page, and I think, and you know, I think I might run an experiment. I'm going to download a specific web browser that has a function in it to auto refresh the page every 15 seconds, and I'm going to apply that to one of my videos, I think. Does that make me a hypocrite, or does that make me experimental, or does that make me... I don't know. But YouTube, listen the hell up. Find a way to stop these friggin' cheaters from knocking people who are trying to compete honestly and fairly for people's views and people's interests and people's time. And yes, people's time is valuable. By finding a way to block out these people who are just abusing the system in a horrendous way. There are a lot of problems with this site. They still haven't fixed the server errors you get when you try and go to your message page and all that. They still haven't fixed the refresh problems and all that sort of stuff. And a lot of people are angry about the comment limitations and stuff like that. It's too severe and all that sort of stuff. But this, in my mind, is the most important issue you have to fix now, Mr. YouTube people, or Mr. or Mrs. people. Stop these cheaters from abusing the system and leaving honest people like me, who are just trying to entertain people. Let us compete on an even playing field. I keep using that term over and over again, but this annoys me so friggin' much. It's not fair. You know, people who are effectively buying their place on the most subscribed of all time lists and things like that, I can maybe understand why YouTube would allow this, because they're getting money for it, of course. You know, if people like P. Diddy wants to ensure his place on the most subscribed of all time to get his face out there as much as possible. I mean, you know, he is a professional entertainer, and the idea is to get out there as much as possible. But if you're going to do stuff like this, why don't you separate it? Have professional lists and have your Paris Hiltons and your P. Diddy's and all that sort of crap there, and then have, you know, a standard list, an honest list, a list of amateurs, people like me, who can compete fairly for places on these lists, and patrol and police and find a way to block cheaters from getting on these lists, from faking their way onto these lists. It is not fair, and we are very, very angry about it. And to the people out there who are perpetrating this kind of thing, you're pathetic. Utterly, utterly pathetic. What, you're afraid to compete on a level playing field with the likes of me? What are you afraid of? That people out there might find us more entertaining than you who do it for a living? I think that's what the worry is about. They're afraid people are going to realise, oh wait, there are normal people out there who are just as worthy as my time and attention as these egotistical, blown up, ridiculous celebrities. Catch you next time.